Hello people, hope you're all doing good. Welcome to Friday's random video. Still working on the title for it, we'll see how it goes. Today, it's not going to be a over the top different video. It's going to be a straightforward review, but about something which no one has really seen. So, a quick story time. As of recording this, which is Wednesday, so yesterday was Tuesday, I was going to bed and there was a little 3-part mini-series I wanted to watch on ITVX called You and Me. It's a British drama. I saw it, I thought, you know what? It's 45 minutes. Let's just watch the first episode. So I watched it, and then by the time I finished, I noticed that I watched all 3 episodes. Because this show is actually really good. Now, this is a British drama on ITVX, and it's about 3 people who go through different tragedies. They've given up on love, they've given up on happiness, and they need to try and find that again with a new life. Now, that plot synopsis there is pretty much what I've just said off IMDb. And that plot synopsis is terrible. In that synopsis, it says this is a comedy drama. I can tell you this now, this is far from a comedy drama. It's got no comedy there at all. Got a little bit of levity, but that's it really. And also, it's not really about 3 people. Well, it is about 3 people, but so something happens along the way, which I won't spoil. But I just really like this show. And I just really wanted to talk about it because I looked on YouTube and I thought, is there any reviews of this or anything? I know there is not a single review on YouTube or anything. There's written ones, but on YouTube there's nothing. So I think this is the first YouTube review of this little mini-series. Now, this show is a very twisty-turny show. It's told in non-linear order. We go from present day to the past, and I really like that they juxtapose it. So the present is all awful, sad and everything, and then the past goes into all happiness sort of thing. But it's weird, it casually goes darker while this one continues to be lighter. It's really good how they did it, and I think they did that very well. And I will say that they had to cram in quite a few things. This is a sort of movie split into 3 episodes. So the first episode is pretty much the first act, second act the second act, and then third act the third episode. Basically as that. And you can kind of watch it like that. If you cram them all together, they make a pretty solid 2.5 hour movie. Now, our first episode mainly introduces the character of Ben and Jess. 2 people who fall in love at first sight. And they have lots of happiness together, they have children and everything. So a tragic happens, which I won't say. You probably will guess it, but I won't say, don't worry. And then the second episode, we're introduced to a new character. This character is called Emma, and she is going through a pretty similar tragedy as one of the other characters that I've just mentioned. She lost a sister, and she's going through a dampness in life. She's struggling to find happiness. But she's forcing herself to try and find happiness in a way where she's not happy. It's actually making her more depressed. And then the final episode is pretty much the conclusion, pretty much, of those character arcs. And it's told in a non-linear order, as I said, and it's never confusing. It works very well. As I said, it juxtaposes it. And the movie does... the movie. That's it now, I'm getting confused with saying it movie. The drama is very good at making the characters likeable, not so much interesting. They are the most basic, normal characters ever, really. There's nothing really under the surface with them. But they still are really likeable. Like the first episode, they have to try and make you care about this romance. And they have to do that in about 45 minutes. And it's done incredibly well. It may seem a bit too quick, and maybe some scenes may have dragged a little bit. And that's pretty much the only big problem I have with this little series. The first episode kind of dragged a little bit a few times, and I felt a few scenes could have been at least cut shorter. But apart from that, the romance was still very likeable, still very compelling. And it does take a bit of a tragedy at the end, and you really do care about it. And the great message about this show is that even when a big tragedy happens in life, you can still be happy after. It may take time, but it will happen. You know, I'm sure we've all gone through some stages where a loved one's died or we've broken up with someone. We just always think, oh, I'm never going to be happy again and all that. This little drama show proves that you can be. And I really like that because I feel some people are struggling with that at the moment. So I think this show kind of came out at the right time. Of course, a few years ago it would have worked for me, but you know, I'm happy now. I've been through some crap, but I'm alright now. This has certainly helped. Good YouTube. Thank you to all of you. Yeah, it's a great message to send, and I really do think it'll help a lot of people. And despite it looking very cheap because it's just standard British television drama, the shots in this are actually really good. There's actually some nice pieces of cinematography, some really solid TV direction in there as well. So overall, the show does look really good as well, for what it is. And I will say the performances are all very strong in this. Jessica Barden's in this. You might know her if you're a fan of the show The End of the Effing World, which is a great show, by the way. If you haven't watched that, please watch it. And yeah, she's good in this as well. She's only in it for about 2 and a bit episodes, but she's really good. She's a very good character. She's probably the more compelling of the three in this drama. And she's very likeable, even though she's done some stupid stuff in life. I also think that the two actors of Harry Lawty and Sophia Brown have some very strong chemistry. They make the first romance very strong, very likeable. They do feel like a real couple, and it's cute, it's likeable. And I think the best thing I could say is that you don't know where this story is going to go. There is a sort of twist in the second act, which I didn't see coming, but the resolution to it is really good and quite laughable. It's played off as a joke, and I really like that. The twist kind of shows how overprotective and how when we're down and how we can be triggered by anything and think different things. And it's really good how the drama kind of makes fun of that a little bit. It kind of just says, oh, stop overreacting. You really do think that this would happen to you. The drama's just really solid, man. It doesn't really do anything big, unique or anything. It is just a slow burner romance drama sort of thing. A tragedy at the start leads to a fantastic ending, which is really cute. And it does suffer from a few pacing problems. Some of the performances are a bit but we can get past that. I can get past that at least. And I really do think this show is quite underwatched. I really do think you should watch it. If you've got ITVX, please put it on. It's only about 2.5 hours. That's including adverts if you've got them on. It is incredibly solid. I really did like this show. Not many people are talking about it. I think it will help a lot of people with the message it sends. So I would highly suggest this 3-part drama, You and Me. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. I think this was a really solid drama show, which I think a lot of people need to watch. Please, just watch it if you've got the chance. I will say, if you do watch the trailers or read the plot synopsis, as I said, it kind of lies. It's really not a big, accurate representation of this show. It really isn't. It misjudges it, mismarkets it in a way. Funny enough, we talked about that last week in the video, didn't we? How ironic. But guys, that is it for the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope it's inspired you to watch this little mini-series. Please do. You'll thank me later. Next week, it's the big one. I'm looking forward to it. John Wick Chapter 4. Oh, yes. Birthday present for me. But I hope you all enjoyed this video, guys. Have a good day. See you later.